is my card. And so this is the module where we dissected a chicken wing to investigate a synovial joint. And a synovial joint is the joining of two or more bones at a joint that the bone ends are surrounded by articular cartilage, and it's encapsulated in an articular capsule, and underneath that is the synovial membrane that produces synovial fluid that also cushions that joint. So my chicken wing dissection here is here. So there's 3 bones that were involved in this one. The humerus, which is here, and then the radius is this top bone, and then the ulna is down here. And then I opened up the joint up at the top so that you could see the white articular cartilage that's connected to these bones here. Encapsulated in it is the articular capsule that is surrounding the whole joint, like white membrane. Underneath the articular capsule is the synovial membrane that produces the synovial fluid that would go into this joint here. So that was my dissection. So a disease that could affect the synovial joints. So synovial joints are like joints like your elbow, knees, hips, anywhere there's like that cartilage that's joining those bones together to cushion them. A disease that could affect those joints is osteoarthritis. And so osteoarthritis is the breakdown of that smooth white cartilage that's connected to the bones to reduce the friction and pain so that the bones can move next to each other without a lot of friction or pain to the patient. And so once that cartilage breaks down, there's more inflammation and irritation at that joint because that cartilage becomes rough and flaky, and also many times can break off and become free bodies in the joint, which causes the irritation and inflammation to the synovial membrane. And sometimes you might see locking of the knee if that free body gets locked in between the joint. The osteoarthritis, that thinning or the weakening of the cartilage at the ends of the bones also irritates the bones because you're having more and more bone-on-bone contact versus cartilage being in between those two bones. And so once you see that, you might, the bones themselves start to thicken and swell. They also might have bone spurs that are created at those locations. So bone spurs are also called osteophytes. And those are just deformations of the bones caused by osteoarthritis. And if the osteoarthritis is severe enough, it might cause microfractures to the bones that are connected at that joint. And so osteoarthritis doesn't just affect the cartilage and the bones and the membranes, it also might affect the tendons and ligaments and muscles that surround the joint. So that it might deteriorate and weaken those tendons, ligaments, and muscles. And many times it causes much inflammation, so they're starting to get stretched out because the joint itself starts to expand. And that can be seen, it's many times seen in like the hips and the knees, causing for total knee or hip replacements at the end or once it gets severe enough.